Good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jayadi if you're new here. Thank you so much for clicking on the 6th episode of A Brown Girl's Guide, because it's definitely a very important episode, especially as we approach the end of the year and are kind of starting to reflect on the year that 2024 was, along with starting to think about what our goals are going to be for the new year. I think upon reflection, 2024 was a year of a lot of growth and learning, especially for me, starting a new grad role, doing my first full-time job properly for the whole year. It was such a huge learning curve, but I feel like I learned so much and came back stronger than ever. So if you ever want any tips on that, that can be a whole episode of its own. But overall, this year was a lot of learning, a lot of travel, and I feel like that aspect about myself is going to definitely continue on to 2025. Also, sorry if I sound a little bit congested, you guys. I swear in the mornings, especially during summer, I'm getting some kind of hay fever lately, so I'm feeling a little bit congested in the morning. Anyways, you guys, this episode is about a brown girl's guide to New Year's resolutions, and I think that New Year's resolutions is kind of taught to all of us to make as we're kids, to kind of look forward to the year, think about how we can be the best versions of ourselves. But I want to talk about how we can make those New Year's resolutions better, more effective for ourselves. I hope you can find it relatable. I hope you learn something from it. And I hope we can all share our tips and experiences in the comments down below when it comes to New Year's resolutions. So if you haven't liked this video and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that right now. It's really, really important that we all stay connected and keep talking about things like this. So my first point for today is focused around expectations versus self-development. As you work on your New Year's resolutions this year, I'm encouraging every single person out there to think about, is your resolution focused around what is expected of you, or is it focused around something that is truly important to your self-development and growth? I know, especially in the brown and South Asian culture, we feel like we have to revolve our goals around what is expected of us. Maybe if you're making your New Year's resolutions around year 12 and it's coming to like those final high school exam times, and you think that you have to make your resolution around maybe getting 100 out of 100 in all of your exams and tests. It's a great resolution, but it's so focused around what people think that you should be doing versus what you truly want to do for yourself. Not to say that you don't truly want to get 100 out of 100. I know, as somebody who really cared about her marks and stuff, it's definitely a goal up there, but think about how you can personalize it to yourself. You can make it something like, I want to achieve the best results that I possibly can while also being able to maintain my mental health. Because I know mental health can be strained a lot during your year 12 exam time, and it doesn't just have to be if you're in school. Even if it's your job, you want to go up for a promotion but you're putting so much pressure onto yourself, things like that are so out of your control, you guys. A promotion can be dependent on so many things that are external to you, so not making your New Year's resolution that I want to get promoted, maybe you can make it, I want to take the next step in my career. Example, whether it's getting a promotion, changing a job, finding something you truly want to do, getting onto a project that you really want to do. All of those things can be more personalized to you, because you don't want to make your New Year's resolutions, your goals to look forward to for the year, something that people are expecting of you, whether it's society, your family, your friends, your loved ones, whoever it is. Whatever people are expecting of you should not be your goal. Your goal should be what you're expecting of yourself. And at the end of the day, we all truly just want the best for ourselves. It's truly, truly amazing to have career goals, money goals, education goals, and all of those are extremely important. But if you're somebody who neglects your self-growth a lot, I encourage your goals to also include personal ambitions, growth, and empowerment. Because these things are intangible. Things like your career, money, your degree, all of those things are tangible. You're getting something physical out of it. You're getting something materialistic out of it. I want you to also make some resolutions that are non-materialistic. For me, for example, I made a personal goal kind of resolution for the new year to incorporate more Indian fusion into my fashion sense. Now, that's such a small goal, but it has something to do with my culture, and it has something to do with my sense of self-identity. So if you haven't thought about making your resolutions like this, not focused around what others are expecting of you rather than self-development, then I encourage you to not only think about that, but encourage other people around you to think about that, because the more we shift our mindset when it comes to this, the more New Year's resolutions become more exciting and honestly, in a sense, a little bit more achievable. The second point revolves around adding a cultural spin to your New Year's resolutions. For example, if your New Year's resolution, like a lot of us, include going to the gym more often, working out more often, that's amazing because you're focusing on yourself, you're focusing on bettering yourself. But maybe also incorporate yoga and mindfulness in there, because you never know, it might actually help with the recovery of you going to the gym. And I think we all know when it comes to working out and when it comes to fitness discipline, it's less about your body and it's more about your mind. It's about your mindset, it's about the discipline to show up for yourself. And I feel like adding something like yoga or meditation can be so powerful when it comes to that. For me personally, in 2024, I made it a goal for myself to start learning an Indian dance form again. Hence this year I was doing Bharatanatyam, as I've mentioned to you guys quite a few times. But maybe for next year my goal can be start performing more when it comes to dance, sitting like my pre-grade exam for Bharatanatyam. I know like all of those things are a bit more tangible, but things like doing a performance or preparing for a dance exam is so external to like my everyday lifestyle. When it comes to full-time jobs or doing things that I love on the weekend, this is something that I do for myself to connect myself with my culture, to help with my fitness, to help me stay connected to the arts a little bit better. And I'm just taking that previous goal but elevating it a little bit further. So think about how you can take your goal and maybe make it a little bit personal to your culture, because a lot of us might not think about it right now, but staying connected to your culture is extremely important, you guys, especially as you keep growing older. Every year we're getting older, we're getting a little bit wiser, and we're getting closer to our future generations. So as we get closer and closer to our future generations, it's important to better ourselves and know our traditions, know our heritage. Also, when it comes to adding a cultural spin to your New Year's resolutions, make sure to keep in mind my first point about not doing what's expected of you, but doing it for yourself. This can be your chance, your moment to reclaim your culture rather than having it as something that others define for you. When you realize things like your New Year's resolutions or your goals for the new year are simply in your control, and it's actually something that nobody can force onto you, nobody can control about you, you realize you have so much power on yourself and your self-development that you can stay as connected to your culture as you like and maybe as disconnected as you like. Of course, I encourage you to stay connected more and do it on your own terms. I know a lot of people have reading in their New Year's resolutions, like reading books more often, which is an amazing goal. Another goal can be to read more books that come from the South Asian culture, and they don't even have to be like non-fiction books that's teaching you something. Even if it's stories, fiction, and you're learning about stories from your heritage, that's something so powerful to hold on to and to share with people in your everyday conversations. I realize that it's actually really powerful, the stories that we're reading, because we're going around and sharing it with other people, and you never know, that one person you shared it with could be sharing that story with someone else. So why not make those stories count for yourselves and make them something really important? Do a little bit of research on the book that you're reading and maybe put a cultural spin on it. It will broaden your worldview, bring you closer to your culture, and just increase your sense of self-identity. What do we do once we've actually made our New Year's resolutions? I feel like a lot of times we write it on a piece of paper and probably lose it by February, which is honestly a really sad reality, and I think we've all been there, you, me, both. But it's really important to keep track of your New Year's resolutions, and not in a strict way where you feel like there's some kind of rules that you have to follow every single day. Something to just keep in the back of your mind as you're living your everyday life with a lot of awareness. Now, when it comes to tracking your New Year's resolution, one of the first tips that I have is tracking it bi-monthly or quarterly. Whether it's journal entries that you write every other month or every quarter, and just check in with yourself on how you're going with your goals, what you have achieved so far, and give yourself a pat on the back for it. But what you haven't achieved, maybe writing up some smaller goals and seeing what you can do to get closer to that. Because remember, your New Year's resolutions are not rules for yourself, and they shouldn't be something that that others want you to do. It should be something that you truly want to do, so you will naturally feel inclined towards making them come true for yourself. So like I was saying, whether it's journal entries, or even if you want to make like little check boxes next to all the goals that you've written, and maybe have like 4 or 6 different points within the year where you check them off and see how you're tracking with them, can be so effective, because it also goes in the back of your mind. And whether you're doing a long reflection or a shorter reflection like that, both can be so helpful in making sure that you're on track with where you see yourself going. So if you haven't watched my most recent vlog on Vision Board 2025, then make sure you guys do, because I've actually gone through a step-by-step process on how to make a vision board, and I've also shown you how my friend has made a digital vision board, and we've got some really great tips in there on how you can be making your vision board to align with your New Year's resolution. I feel like this is a really great way of manifestation, and I've gone through it so much in that video. But truly, building a vision board can be so helpful in tracking your goals. You can put together your vision board, stick it up in your room, and you will see it every single day. You will look at it, you will smile at it, and you will think that that's what I want my life to be. So naturally and intrinsically, every single steps that you take in your everyday life will be focused around what you see your life turning into. Another thing you can do to keep yourself accountable when it comes to your New Year's resolution is checking in with your loved ones, encouraging your friends and family to also make a vision board, to also write New Year's resolutions that are focused on themselves. And you guys can just naturally check in with each other, or even if you want to do like a little check-in party every quarter and see how you guys are tracking. It can be such a fun and wholesome thing, along with such an affordable activity to just get closer with the people around you, because when you talk about these things and when you have conversations like this, it will truly inspire you and inspire the people around you as well. My fourth and final point for today is celebrating the small wins when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Of course, if you've gotten your degree, if you've gotten your promotion, if you've gotten married, whatever it is, whatever big thing has happened to you, it is worth celebrating, and people around you will naturally celebrate the big things. But not everyone around you will be happy for your small wins, and that's a sad reality, because small wins have become so extremely normalized and they feel like something that just have to happen. But that's not true. Small wins don't have to happen, and small wins are leading you to your bigger goals. But every time you have a small win that you feel like is ticking off something in your New Year's resolution, or is bringing you closer to something in your New Year's resolution, then celebrate that. For example, if your New Year's resolution involved saving more money, you haven't gone shopping for like 3 to 5 months or something, because that's a personal goal you set for yourself, then that's such an amazing achievement, and it's not something a lot of people will notice around you, but you should be extremely proud of that. Honestly, brings you closer to who you are, and it helps you realize all the little and beautiful things in life, because those little and beautiful things that you're achieving is bringing you closer to your bigger goals. Are you not going shopping or something for that long? You're actually saving that money, and maybe you're saving that money for a house that you want to buy in the future, a car that you're saving up for, whatever it is. Those are some more general kind of New Year's resolutions that I can think of and key examples, but of course you can personalize that to yourself. Someone's resolution out there can be to save money, but somebody might be saving too much, and their resolution out there is to spend a little bit more on themselves. Every time you do something or you hit a little milestone that you think people around you won't notice, but you notice, then celebrate that for yourself. Maybe tell your friends and family how happy you are for yourself, and you don't have to celebrate it with other people. Even doing something for yourself to make yourself happy, and again to show up for yourself, is such an amazing thing. Alright, lovely people, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm so happy I got to film this for you guys just before I head off on my holiday. And if you haven't seen my last vlog, I'm actually going to India, and I'm also stopping over in Manila for a day and Hong Kong for 2 days, so I'm extremely excited. You can definitely expect some fun vlogs, whether it's on shorts or proper video. I guess you'll have to find out, But stay tuned, make sure you subscribe right now, and make sure you like this video if you want to keep seeing me, if you want to keep hanging out together. Also, comment down below one New Year's resolution that you're making that's solely for yourself and you're doing it for your heart. That way we can all get ideas from each other and we will all know what to put on our list a week before New Year's, when we're all thinking of what our goals should be going into 2025. Also, you guys, please let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos you'd like to see from a brown girl's guide in the new year, and how you think we can improve this little mini podcast series, and what stage would you like to see it go to as a viewer. I would be so curious to know, and thank you so much for all of your likes and all of your support. Every time I see one of your comments, it truly makes my heart happy. So please comment down below and let's become friends with each other. Other than that, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post on there pretty often and we can stay connected. And I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.